Hey guys, how's everybody going? So, first week of the month again, so we know what that means. It means it's time for another cooking video. So, today I decided, I was like, you know what? I haven't made a cake in a hot minute. And when I go and make a cake, I always use the exact same recipe and it's a family favourite of ours. So it is from this book, Back to Basics Cookbook. We've had this for, I want to say like 20 years. Honestly, it has the best basic cake recipe in it ever. So it's a basic butter cake, but I am going to make the coffee variant of this today. And I will be doing different frostings to this for the chocolate frosting as well. So it's a really good recipe. It actually shows you different cooking times and everything as well. So you can have, like, if you're doing like the pan like I am, or even if you're doing like patty pans, like if you want to make these cupcakes, like it shows you how to make everything. It has chocolate cake, apple cake, orange cake, coffee cake, coconut cake, banana cake, and it has ideas for frosting as well. It's a very versatile recipe, and this is why I use this one all the time. So for this one, you need 125 grams of butter. Doing the basic butter cake, you need vanilla essence, but I'm not doing that. I'm using the coffee ones. You need a tablespoon, I think it is, a tablespoon of coffee dissolved in a tablespoon of boiling water. You need your 3/4 of a cup of caster sugar. You need 2 eggs, which are plain flour. I don't know if I have enough, so I might swap it out for self-raising flour. That was 1.5 cups of that. And 1.5 tablespoons of baking powder if you're doing a plain flour, so I might change it to self-raising. And also your 1/2 cup of milk. So as I said, the only difference in this is that you do the coffee instead of the vanilla, so it's nice and easy. This dish that I'm using, which is the 20 centimeter round deep pan, you need to put it on 180 degrees, and we do need to cook it for 50 minutes. So it is a long cooking time, but honestly it's a really good cake. Cool, and it says grease and lime, but this is a non-stick, so I might just line it. But I'll do it later. Now it says to cream, butter and vanilla in a small mixing bowl until light and fluffy. And have a look at the coffee cake, that is where I do, yes, that's where I do the coffee as well. So I've got my measuring device here. And because this is an old recipe, they're like, measure everything. So measuring everything. So grab our bottle and a knife. And how much was it? 125 grams. So that is 125 grams of butter straight in. So the coffee mix was tablespoon of coffee, tablespoon or maybe a little bit more of hot water. Mix it around and then wait for it to cool. So it has almost cooled now. I did make that a little while ago. Alright, so the butter's in there, adding the coffee in. Oh, so beautiful. We're just going to beat this until light and fluffy. Starts getting light and fluffy. So it says to gradually add sugar. So there is 3/4 of a cup, and I've got 1/4 of a cup here, so I'm just going to add one every single cup. That's one. Just going to beat this in, and then I'll do the next two as well. Alright, we'll just do a little bit less next time. Alright, beating in this. And time for the last one. Alright, so this is what it looks like post sugar. So you can see it has kind of gone meringue a little bit. And that's what you want. Oh, don't fall over. So now it's time to beat in the eggs. So break one, beat it in, break the other, beat again. I'm not feeling lucky today. So beat in the first egg. Good, first egg's in, now the second one. That shell just crumbled when we didn't try that one. happened to me, but I'm home alone. That was scary. Alright, so that is the eggs beaten in as well. So now we combine the flour and the baking powder and we sift that through, and then we fold in alternately with milk. Alright, self-raising flour has been grabbed because I slightly ran out just before the end. So a little bit of self-raising flour in this won't hurt, especially because I need to mix in with baking powder anyway. So I might do a little bit less baking powder in that instance. So it did say 1.5 teaspoons, so I might do 1.25 just to really balance it out. There we go. That should work out, I think. I don't know like maths and economics or just maths in general, but I think that should work. So that's it after the eggs. You can see it's getting a little bit runnier, which is good. So now what I do is alternately, I can't say that word. Alternately with milk. I can't say it. So that is, we'll sift in some flour first. Oh, I remember to put that in there too. So not all of it, just some, that'll work. Water. Now we'll just fold this through. I just don't bake on it enough, I think. Putting in a little bit of our milk. This makes it really sloppy. Alright, time to sift in some more flour. When it comes up with these recipes and it's like, this is the perfect amount, it's just crazy to me. I made up a recipe once and it ended up being really, really hard to eat. So it wasn't hard to eat, it was heavy, I guess. So it was very, I made cupcakes and I made up my own recipe because I was like, you know what, I think I can do this. And they were nice. You could only have like 1 or 2 because they were really like heavy. I'm not even sure heavy is the right word. But yeah, it was like really tough to get through, but it's not like they were bad. It's all my handy. Right, it's not cooking unless your kitchen gets very messy, is it? Alright, so that is mixed in with the flour and the milk. It is very nice light consistency and I think that's why it's such a good recipe. So I've decided I'm going to just line the bottom of this because I don't know how well the silicone is anymore. It's been used a lot. So the easiest way to do this is you grab out some baking paper. There you go. You lay it out, you put this on top of it like that. You draw a circle around it and then you cut it out. So that is the easiest way to get it so it just lines the bottom. So once you've got a general outline, you cut it out and then you can stick it in the middle. I'm sure there are some other tricks that are easier, this is just one that I know works for me. The circles are hard, man. So now this should just lay in there. Ah, perfect. Alright, so we're going to put all this mixture in here. And it should come out pretty well. I decided last minute that I wasn't ever going to be able to test the cake without cutting the whole thing up. So I made a little cupcake one too, just so I can taste it easier. So this is to go in the oven now for 50 minutes. So I'll do that, and I'll put the muffin on for 15 of that because that's how long they're supposed to be on for. I'll just put that on the cake. So put the thing in. I'll put the little muffins in. Alright, so that is all done. I'm going to clean up all of this mess and I will be with you when the cake comes out. Alright, so it's a little bit later. The cake has just come out of the oven. It's very flat. That's okay. So it is now time to make the icing. So I've decided to use a different icing than the one in the book, just because I don't have thickened cream, and obviously that's like the most important part of this one. So I just grabbed this one off the taste. So this is just for chocolate icing mix. So what you need is obviously icing mix. You need 1 cup of that. You need 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder, 40 grams of butter, and a tablespoon of milk. So it says to sift the icing, sugar and cocoa powder into the bowl, but I might just put it in there because it should be fine. So they say to sift those together. It's really hard over a small bowl. I should have thought it through better. So after that, you add your 40 grams of butter and a tablespoon of milk. Then we just pop this in. Then we get our electric mixer and we mix it on low until the ingredients are combined, and then we speed it up to medium. So I might just mix it through a little bit first so the powder doesn't go everywhere. Right, mix it up. Or don't. Oh, that looks good. So this is what it looks like after it has mixed up. It's nice and thick. That should be good. Ready to transfer the cake onto a plate. It's probably cool enough. Yep. I definitely dropped it, that's fine. We're going very flat bit of cake. I don't know why it's so flat. I don't know. I have a muffin. I test the muffin because I didn't want to cut the whole cake apart. Grab a little bit for this cupcake so I can try with the icing on it too. I'll try. So honestly, I'm just going to tip this whole bit of icing out onto the cake. Well, I'm going to try to. That's most of it. That's the iced cake. It looks pretty good, I think. Alright, so I'm going to set this aside and make sure that the icing sets a little bit on this. But I am going to try the little cupcake now, just to see how it is. That is really good. the inside's nice and soft. It probably won't be as soft in the cake, but that's completely fine. And the icing is a pretty good chocolate icing. I'm happy with that. Alright, that is it for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed having 2 videos this week. We'll go back to normal next week, I think. Please like and comment below anything else I should try. I'm probably still going to do this every month. It's nice to have at least one baked good every month, I think. Please subscribe, ring that bell. Helps me, helps you. And I shall see you all next week.